Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, right, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morocco, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon. Spoon.
Skibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment.
Okay, Spoon FM, Spoon Radio, Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment. This is the Spoon Network, and we'd like to welcome all of you across the world. Thanks for joining us tonight again on another edition of the program. This is the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. It's always a pleasure being here, coming here every night to talk about the issues, to talk about Liberia, to present the issues to you as they are, to bring you the updates, and of course, with the diverse panel here, bring you objective analysis on those different issues here every day. I'd like to say welcome to the show tonight. It's a great thing to have all of you on. Kindly share the program as you come on tonight. As usual, we are streaming live across the internet on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, Super TV. We're also live on YouTube, and our YouTube handle is Spoon Talk Live. I want to welcome everyone tonight who are joining us via the radio in Radio Land. Thanks to the folks joining us on Fabric 101.1 FM, Spoon FM 107.5, and the affiliate radio stations as well. We appreciate every single person for being on here tonight. It's going to be a great show, a lot to talk about, fascinating discussion coming up. Let me go across quickly and bring our guy, Moba Zoka, the co-moderator. Moba, it's good to have you on tonight.
Oh, well, thank you, Nelson. Yes, I appreciate the time, my brother. How was your day?
Yeah, my day was good, and I'm glad we're here again. It's been a great day, and how was your day?
My day was cool, just try to do one or two stuff, and I was done properly today, and yeah,
Okay.
my day was okay today. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man, and a lot to talk about. Again, tonight we are
Mhm.
asking our folks to share the program. Usually
Yeah,
when you come from the weekend, when you take a break, go for the weekend, and you come back, there are tons of issues, so many happenings, and sometimes you strolling through the different happenings, you're thinking as to where to even start the conversation from.
I
That's the
know.
beauty of what we do here every time. But it's a
Yeah.
good thing that we're here. I want us to recognize a few of our folks joining us tonight. I don't know as to whether you see the
Yeah,
folks.
let me see if Lavetta Bondo, she always taking
Okay.
upon her time
Yeah,
taking me now. We appreciate you, coming here, all the time. Moses Momola,
Momolu. I mean,
okay, Momalu,
that librarian,
Iwe
that,
Mage,
that
Iwe
mainframe, I'm
Mage,
not telling you, people get angry with you.
I know George D. Fromo, Aaron Mage again, T. Samuel B. Fire, Famula, Hemps, Famula, I don't know how many, let me see. All right, so far, I think I wait on Formula, wait on BK
Okay, so you
Formula.
see those that are joining in from YouTube, right?
No, I on Facebook, so I don't know.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Edwin
Yes.
Zobu.
Yeah, Edwin Zabon is there.
Yeah, Putu
Now I
J.
see it's
Putu.
moving so
Yeah,
fast. Let me go
let me
to the
see.
top
Okay.
and see who are those I can get from here. But guys, as you join in tonight, kindly share the program. Please share the show across Facebook in your different
Him
group
M
chat,
Sumo Junior say
in,
watching from
in,
Monrovia.
in your WhatsApp groups and all of that. Let's have a great conversation. It's gonna be a great show tonight.
Ishmael Kevin. How you doing,
Um,
Chief?
So let me see who do we have here. I see Samuel Yuma is joining us. She says from Burraville. T. Samuel B. Faya. Hashim Family, as always, he's here tonight. Thanks for being here. Samuel Faya. Eric McGill, thanks for joining us as always. You joining from the US. I see Josh Flomo is here. Our own sister Lavette Bondo has joined us. Kindly share the program as you come on tonight. Moses Momolu, yes, I think um Mobile recognized you earlier. Per Kimber, thanks for joining us tonight. I see Zoe V. Sir Leave is here. William Hines is here as well. Thanks for joining us. Edwin Zopon, thanks for being here as well tonight. We appreciate everyone for joining us. Let's hope we can have a great conversation. BT Johnson, Hannah Kolako, and I see Putin. And the interesting thing about Putin is that Putin is having the photo of the Russian president as his profile picture. Putin, you gotta be careful. But I appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. Kindly share the program. Putin. Dr. Kelvin is here tonight. Jason, thanks for joining us. Lai Kanen is joining us tonight. Abraham Guem, Ginger Boy is here. DJ Do Harrison Glacier. Hope I got that right. Rufus Spade and all of you joining us tonight. We appreciate everyone. Thanks for coming on tonight. Let's talk about Liberia. Let's talk about the happenings. Let's hope we can have a great conversation here tonight. And then we can move on with the rest of the show. Uh, we can move on with the rest of the show.
Yeah. As we're waiting on Nelson, Nelson, I can do my opening. You want to just come out with
Okay, yeah.
something?
So
Come out with it?
no, do your opinion. I'm I'm
All right.
I'm trying to get the updates together quickly. And
Oh, okay, okay. All right, all right. First, let me appreciate our listener around the world, Radio Land, Facebook, YouTube, uh, whatsoever gadget you're watching. We say thank you and we appreciate it so much. There's a lot of things going on in Liberia, more especially when it comes to the auditing. But first, let me just go to the safety hazard in our country. A truck that broke down on the main road. I saw someone were carrying it, but I not follow the story from the starting. That's it from the start to the end. But I think I saw a little bit. I think our country, we need a safety hazard. Actually, we need auto signs and other, when things happening, when car break down, because we understand for the past time a lot of accident been happening in the country, and these things happen, but we need protection for our citizens as well. Yeah, but let me lead that. Let me go to the auditing issues. Next thing to that, I was checking and I saw the auditing report that showed the national road fund over the past year. They said the people opened multiple bank accounts and there was no evidence or authorization on no accounts. Nothing. Where are we heading? We fought for the identical government, not to come and make, not to come and bail people out, not to come and see people doing it wrong and you just sit and you watch. No, we fought for the government because we want accountability. We fought for the government because we believe that if they come to power, they will do the right thing. And they will set that premise for another leader or another government that will be coming after them. We put the government into power to let people go on sympathy or empathy. No. We put the government there to go after people who stole from the Liberian people. So if I see the auditing things and I see it just moving slow, I see nothing, I see people walking away with huge amount of money and people want to justify it. And the thing that can get to me of nursing, the same thing that happened during the past government is still happening. And the other people now who are there saying, your poor, your poor are bad there. And we that were there, we say, no, we can't put you there. And the other people we put there, which is the United Party, headed by the present president, Ambassador Joseph Yema Bwaka. We put you there to bring change. If you want your legacy to live forever, you got to fight corruption. We can come here, we sacrifice our time defending the government, and the government can fight corruption. You know how we'll be looking on the public space? People will laugh at us. People will make mockery out of us. People will emphasize, people will make example, but the same thing you're talking before the election, that the same thing happening. So, Mr. President, our president, President Yuma Bwaka, you got to fight corruption. If you want to get the greatest legacy, if you want to be new for our country, to our country, as the best president of the Republic of Liberia, I think you got to tackle corruption. You got to fight corruption holistically. Everybody, what are people from your partisan, people doing things in your own backyard, let it pay. It's Liberian people money, Mr. President. We're just appealing to you. You got to do something. There are a lot of things going on, and people that watching, looking, and people we 24-hour people calling on my man, they won't happening. You're talking for the government. You're bringing people to power. But the same thing the other people did, what are they doing? You guys got to speak out. Yes, we got to speak out. And these things happening because we're seeing report. As I said here, I've seen report. Right? The National Road Fund. People open multiple accounts.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're diving into that nursing, but it's frustrating as time, man. Let me frank. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Moba, for your opening, and it's always great being here to talk about the issues, to talk about Liberia, to bring the updates to our people, because Liberians deserve to know. Liberians deserve to get the information. Liberians deserve to know what the issues are across the country, what the happenings are, and then they can weigh in their thoughts on those different issues of concerns. And so we are glad that we can be here again tonight to have another conversation around the well-being of our country, how this country called Liberia can be able to do better than what we see now, better than what we saw yesterday, and setting that foundation for a prosperous country, not just for us, but for the young generation, the people coming after this current generation of Liberians. So it's a great thing that we're here again tonight, and let's hope we can kickstart the conversation from here. And again, I want to welcome everyone. Let's hope we can share the program as you come in. Tonight we should have a guest. As we told our folks last week, Liberia has a very huge potential when it comes to tourism. We can talk the politics all day. We can talk about what is happening and what is not happening, who is doing this and who's not doing that. But beyond the political issues, there are other aspects of the country that we need to shine light on as well. And that can only be done when we see the need, especially on a platform like this, to highlight those different issues of concerns. So we're going to talk about that. And I'm hopeful that we can be able to connect with our guest. I've been trying to see how we can have him set up in the background. And then the next thing, you were just talking about the video my colleague Diamond did just a couple of minutes ago. And interestingly, Moba, this is just one of many situations, many instances we've had in the country where vehicles will break down. A car breaks down here. The owner of that vehicle leaves that car in the middle of the road. In some cases, they call the mechanic. The mechanic comes and uses his tool or whatever and start to repair the car right in the middle of the road. And the scary thing is that most of those vehicles do not have the traffic triangle. They don't have anything to indicate to the upcoming driver from whichever direction that there's a breakdown. And we have seen how much of a damage that has caused for our country. We can go on Nimi, a famous young Liberian, sometime in 2017? Yes, March 2017. An icon, an entertainer, Quincy B. He lost his life in a tragic motor accident. We had a very vocal lawmaker, someone who was very influential at the level of the House of Representatives, Representative Adolph Lawrence, the late. He lost his life in similar situation where a vehicle broke down the road. Whoever had the vehicle left that car right there in the middle of the road. No sign. And in fact, what the guys will do is that they'll weed grass on the grass. They spread the grass on the road. And they expect the upcoming driver to see the grass and know that a vehicle has broken down in that place. Worst thing is that some of those breakdowns will occur in the curves. In the curves. And then you want to go back to the precedent. What have we done in time past to set a precedent, to set a deterrence for those individuals involved with this? You don't see anything much. But again, it's a great one, and I think that was just one of many situations. It's a good
Yeah,
thing, and we'll keep flagging those kinds of issues.
yeah.
But I
Nestle,
think this is something that has to do with the safety of
yeah,
every single Liberian. And
yeah. Nestle, I'm cutting out Nestle. I got an experience,
yeah,
2000, yeah,
we,
2009, similar
we,
experience.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
go ahead. I
seriously,
get one. Yeah,
we're gonna come to that, but I'm just trying to come in with the updates, and then we're gonna come to the other issues. But Bila Swari, I want to welcome you to the show. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to have you on. And yeah, so that incident is a sad one. We hope vehicle operators in our country will take cue from the terrible situations we've seen in time past and try to at least protect their own lives, the lives of other innocent Liberians making use of the road. And we hope even the traffic regulators, from the angle of the police, they can take some serious interest in these things, because this is something that poses danger to every Liberian, regardless of who you are. It's not respective of status or whatever. So going to the updates, lots of things are happening in the country. And you are right when you spoke of the audit report at the GSC, the General Auditing Commission, accusing the National Road Fund of opening multiple accounts at the CBL and other commercial banks across the country without evidence, without any authorization, and stuff like that. And this is serious. You know, when the administration took over, we've been seeing things happen we started to see things happen in phases. There was a point when it was about um, asset declaration. Another point, it became more about the War and Economic Crimes Court. There was a time the whole yellow machine situation came into the picture. Another time, just one thing after another. But at this particular stage, it's about audits. And the different reports are coming up. GSC is going deep into the National Road Fund. And most of you, our folks across the country watching us or listening to us, are aware that the National Road Fund was set up by former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to ensure that citizens contribute towards the maintenance, the upkeep of the infrastructure, the road infrastructures we have across the country. So how you do that is, for every time you purchase a gallon of gasoline, whether you're buying that gas for your generator or you're buying it for your car or motorbike or whatever, there is a percentage, 30 cents, that goes towards National Road Fund. So if the actual price is $1, you're going to be paying $1.30. Extra $1.30 is added there to help maintain the roads. And so the National Road Fund, established under former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, was doing very well. But this time around, the GSC is saying that their audit they've conducted so far is revealed that this is so it's basically about the financial statement. They wanted to know how the National Road Fund has been operating. So they captured the period between July 1 of 2018 to the 30th of June 2020. So in that period, they uncovered that the institution made payments of over 86,000 United States dollars in fiscal year 2019 to various individuals, and businesses without evidence of payment, voucher, cash receipt, or whatsoever, any form of supporting document you can think about. A payment of 86,000 United States dollars. And this is serious. This is where we are. So it's more about the audits. I mean, and different reports are coming up from different institutions about different entities and stuff like that. So this is where we are. Now, another update I'd like to throw in quickly is that recently the LACC came up with a report about officials of this government who are yet to declare their assets. And they came up with something more like a data for with respect to everything that has been happening. Over 900. Now, I remember when we discussed that issue, we discussed that particular report, We did a calculation, and there were over one. There were about 1,300 individuals appointed in government who, as of the time of the report, were yet to declare their assets. And so a lot of people were concerned. A lot of people started to point fingers at the presidency. What is the president doing about those people who are not declaring their assets? When in fact, asset declaration is supposed to be the responsibility of any responsible individual who has been appointed or selected to serve in those different positions of government. That report captured the three branches of government. But the executive mansion spoke to the issue on the weekend. They said that as we speak, the president is reviewing, he has received the report from the LACC, and he's reviewing the report on the officials of government who are yet to declare their assets in keeping with the law. The president is going through this report, and the president will act on the report in due time. It's before the death of the president. Over 900 of the people who were employed, who were selected by him to serve in those different positions, are yet to declare their assets, though he, the president, did so. So he's going to act on the report from the LACC. And a lot more is happening. You know, we spoke of this situation with the Ministry of Internal Affairs some time ago, where the minister mentioned the setting up of a committee for local chiefs, local government officials to go and have their election, officially taking Chief Zansan Kawa out of job. Chief Zansan Kawa threatened to go to court. And this is something that's been a back and forth on. The people went to the election. They finished having the election. President Baka went there. The president went and spoke at their program and everything. But we're bringing more updates on that as we progress with the conversation tonight. It's going to be a great show. Kindly share the program as you come on. And Bila, you want to do just 1 minute quickly, your opening, and then we can officially start the program.
Thank you so much, Nelson. And let me say good evening to you and Murba, and to all those that are following up by whatsoever means. And I like to say thanks to you guys for always taking upon your time to come here to listen to us and for us to discuss Mama Liberia together. Because I believe that you've been in the comment section doing your part of what you think you can do to strengthen this conversation. It's a good thing to be here. We just want to urge our followers to share the show. Like you said, there's a lot on the plate. I think we can get into the conversation.
Oh, yeah, certainly. We can get into the conversation now, which is very important. Now, I want us to start with what's coming from the GSC, the Road Fund. Now, and whenever you're discussing this issue, it's very important to take into consideration the period under review, the period in consideration. From what time to what time exactly did they how do you call it? The GSC carry on this particular process, the audit. They are saying that from 2018 to 2020, that's 85 transactions were made to various individuals and institutions without any trace. And now, this particular time now, it is the GSC that is going after the National Road Fund. It's not like in the case with the CBL, for example, where you know, some actions are being taken and back and forth. Uh, in some instances, folks will want to shift blame on the president. Oh, okay, he's taking this action. No, but this time around, it is the GAC that conducted this audit, and now they're coming back to say this is what happened at the National Road Fund. It is 6,000 USD worth of transaction in the fiscal year 2019 to various individuals and businesses. No document to prove who exactly those individuals are. No way to trace it. I want us to start the conversation from here, and let's hear your take on this, Morba. And
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. You know, the report is very disturbing, and I think the GAC is doing justice to the Liberian people. But all we need to pray for our president to do justice. Because Nancy, there's no way in the world you go buy something, they don't give you receipt. Now, according to the GAC, right, between July 1st, 2018 to June 30, 2020, Nelson, look at the amount of money it is. You know what $86,000, 86,000 United States dollar can do for Liberians? You know what it can do in the school? You know what it can do in the law enforcement? You know what it can do in medical in the medical field to very hospital? Look at no Nelson, the GSC, look, the road fund, right? The auditing is very damaging. It's very damaging. Individual, you just go there, they give it to you. But individual not get name. Businesses go there, but they ain't got no name. We are evident. No receipt, no supported document. And then we'll come here, end of the day, we still shall say the government will move on in power, the government better. Liberian people, you actually think that all we need to do is for us to put this government feet to the fire. For every report that will come out from the auditing committee, from the auditing commission, we the Liberians, we should petition our government, which is the president, to carry on investigation and make sure and prosecute people. Liberia is not nobody part of my farm. Liberia for every Liberians. Every Liberians. Karen who in Bogonje, Karen who in a village, someone that walking with slipper. Someone Karen who walking today, they even get close to it, they get food to eat. They are Liberians. But go look at our living condition. And look at few lawmakers, few people. They just sit down over huge amount of money. And then end of the day, we want to cover up. Mr. President, we are appealing to you. This is not anything you can compliment. We not agree. We not stand behind the microphone and listen to that.
You know, I want to come here a bit more about now. One of the things that was stated by the president at the time, just president elect, when he just got elected, on so many interviews he had that he granted, he said consistently that they were going to carry on audits. They were going to make sure that people who were in charge of steering the affairs of the country would be made to account. Now, we listen to the former president speak. Whether directly you want to call it or indirectly, he addressed all these issues we have now with audits and stuff like that. The different audit reports and the way things are proceeding, especially going after some officials, some of the big fishes who served in his administration. He said to some extent, they are being witch hunted. They are being witch hunted because he is being very understanding. He's being very that he's trying to play that role of a very understanding, a very cool guy, The administration is taking advantage of the situation. Moba. But what we're seeing here now, coming from the LECC, is there any reason why someone sitting somewhere listening to us now should believe that what is happening here is not in any way associated with witch hunt?
Nothing. Look, nothing. Nothing yet. You know, people will always say wish hunt, or whatever they call it. Nothing. No, there is time the Liberian people need to take that mindset, what they call wish hunt. Oh no, the audit, that be friend, right? Next thing, if the government want to do an audit, I agree, let them do the audit. But if people within the government, in the present government, hey, in the cookie jar, let the audit be holistic. Let them pay. Let them come and clarify their names. Let them say, okay, you know what? During the time I work, this is why this is my report. I'm not involved into this. I'm not involved into corruption. Let it come and clear that name. But if people within this government, in Joseph Imabwaga government, right, their hands in the cookie jar. No, let's see. First of all, let the president even suspend them. Let it go on investigation if it is true.
You know, and this is important. We're about to move to soiree, but I want to bring something here. I want to paint a picture here. I know whenever we talk about the budget, government coffers, and stuff like that, a lot of people, and people say it is the people's money. It has become a kind of normal thing now, to the point where we don't really get that picture, right? So this money we're talking about is not money that donors sat down somewhere and say, let's help Liberia, they go and give it to the country. No. The money the GSC raising this alarm on, accusing the National Road Fund about, is not some money that somebody just felt sorry for Liberia and give. This is the money that the motorcyclists, the people who ride motorbike every day in the street, they can be riding the bike, rain falling on it, sun shining on them. This is the money that these motorcyclists are paying. The taxi drivers who wake up as early as 5 a.m., some of them 4 a.m., get in the traffic, sit on their back from morning to night. For every time they purchase a gallon of gasoline, this is the money that those people are paying.
Mm.
And this is what we're talking about here, Moba.
Yeah, let me do my closing. Let my brother sorry, can you?
And GSC is saying that over 85,000 USD of that money that the poor people, why not even get it for themselves? Somehow, because there's a law, there's a structure in place, so they are constrained, they're forced to pay that money. Over 85,000 of that money went in breeze. No documentaries. Nobody can trace the money, and people just pay it to individuals and other entities. Now, I want us to bring Bida in quickly. Then I'm going to come back to you more.
Okay, no problem.
Bida,
No
let's
problem.
hear you.
Yeah, thank you for bringing me on this matter. You know, I've always asked myself, Nelson, the argument I've argued over the past period of time that going to school and achieving a level of education and being that educated person on the broad perspective in terms of being what education told us or how one can present yourself out there as an educated person is quite different. And that has not been seen in governance in terms on a general perspective, right? So here's the thing. If I went to school nursing and basically and acquire education at a certain level in regards to serving my country, and that education is to only abuse that very people who put me in power, then I think there's a problem with me. And there has always been the thing about corruption. And I asked myself a few questions. I said, what has been the root cause of corruption? Now, we only see corruption at times from maybe the governance perspective or from from the governance angle. And it brings me to another side, right? Like I was talking about education, being educated and being somebody who has integrity or being wisdom, money is three different things, right? So basically, when all these things are not correlating, basically you have a problem. And there's the always thing about the so-called educated people who comes to Liberia and serve our country. It will shock you to know that people have self agenda. Like I said, on the last time I appeared on the platform, which was on Wednesday, if your education does not in any way send a certain message out there, then basically you have a problem. Government upon government, we have seen people come into government with certain agenda, and that which conflict the interest, the overall agenda of the country. At the end of the day, you're talking about the report. And we have seen report upon report by GAC, LSCC, and other basis institutions. But what has happened after those various reports come up, nursing? That is the widening question that we all need to answer. Reports come outside about corruption cases, alleged corruption cases or allegations, but it will shock you to know that people within the circle of government will have some level of interest to protect those that are involved. And when you have a selective proceedings of a governance, then there's a problem with fighting corruption. I want to agree with Mohammed when I read a post in the chat room that there are few within the government that is undermining the fight of corruption. Individual whom I have so much admire when it comes to business analysis on issues of concern. I want to agree with him because the broad perspective of fighting corruption is not just to come up with a report or carry on some part-time, let's say, a temporary arrest. But what are you doing further to self-deterrent? That is the question that we ask ourselves. We want to say to this government, like my brother said, we supported the government on the basis of transparency and accountability, and we don't want to. For there are more reasons people could support government out there, fine, or a particular administration to come to power. But our support is because when you look at the root cause that Mama Liberia has not been developed, it is not too many accountability has been given to the very people that they serve. So at the end of the day, people take money and put it into their pockets
You know,
and rent
but this
out there
is
to
serious.
give.
This is
Yeah,
serious. Be like, this is very serious.
yeah,
So you want to go back on this report a little bit.
yeah,
In 20 how do you call it? So the report is capturing the period from 20 from 2018 to 2020.
right.
So, but during this period,
Hmm.
the head of the National Road Fund was Mr. Boniface D. Satu.
Mr. Satu.
Mr. Satu steered the affairs of this institution. At the time, and let me just pull this in before we proceed any further with this conversation. That road fund, aside from just the fact that those struggling Liberians paid money on a daily basis towards the road fund, one of the major reasons why this road fund was established was to condition our road on a timely basis. For example, if you're in Liberia here now, you would drive now, not necessarily to construct road, but to do some repair work, to
Maintenance.
do some regular maintenance on the different road corridors we have in the country. For a very good time now, if you drove from Freeport, from the Freeport of Monrovia, or let's say from the Gabriel Tucker Bridge, going down to Vartown, Claratown, that entire corridor is messed up.
No, that's a Douala way. That's it. All the
So
way.
the entire Douala, extending to Douala to, I
All
mean,
the way.
it's messed up to the point where if you went there with sedan, the smaller cars, in fact, I went there one time, I got stuck. I was out up to 3 a.m. Let me just tell you how terrible that place is. Even as we speak now, a lot of the blames have been on Western Cluster. Their operation here is spoiling the road, is damaging the road, and they need to pay this and that. But these are some of the reasons why we have the road fund. That for every time you see a small pop hole on the road, you must go and patch that pop hole, because the people who using that road, they are paying money for the maintenance of that road. So your failure to patch the roads, to maintain the roads, you are not living up to your own side of the bargain, because they pay the money, you should use it to maintain the roads. But then let's go back to this entire thing here, Bida. Is there any reason why this current administration should now be asking the hard questions and going after some of the people who were in charge at the time, going after them and making sure that they can answer as to why these different reports, maybe be able to clear their names? I mean, at this point, do you think even the former president George Weah, should at this point be calling the likes of Mr. Boniface Satu, Honorable Boniface Satu, who was head of the road fund at the time, to now come and explain to the Liberian people and clear his name of what is coming up from the National Road Fund?
Yes, nothing. You see, but I don't think that Mr. Weah would do that, because that is the man who was biblically news to come to the platform, a platform where many platforms that we know in Liberia, to make accountability believe, make accountability, make it believe that it is a witch hunt and all those things. So I don't think so. Always that has been the country, because when the country is polarized and set on that political foundation basis, people want to see everything from a political perspective. So I don't think Mr. Weah will do that. But what I think the government can do is to do the right thing. You see, you are giving some business explanation, and you are very explicit, right? You give some basic analysis and experience that you have had as an individual. I personally do have had experience of cash stocking, even in that Freeport area on the rainfall, brother. There's a lower car cannot pass weather, because normally the rainfall in a form of manner wherein the lower car, when your lower car part, there will be a problem with your engine. So here's the issue. If we have had government official that has involved into this thing, and report is showing that one of the disgusting things here is, you read the report is talking about there are accounts that are not traceable. Individual are not traceable, individual link cannot be traceable. That is disgusting and mind-boggling. So the government need to put a very strategic investigation. We are not making a conclusion yet. It is still alleged, it is an allegation. But what can you do further to bring some of the guys to books? It is to put the very, because we don't want one of the error in the IRS agenda to be crippled. Then right there, people are going to question the agenda. They say the agenda is not for the people. So we don't want the usual investigation to be in doing to the government. We have seen investigation upon investigation. It has not come to the logical conclusion where the Liberian people will say, yes, this is what we needed. We have seen it. We have seen it in other African countries. Somebody will say, how can we do this? We can do this. We have always said it that we have a president that is slow but sure. But I think it's about time. Sometimes you need to work on some of these things. We know government is, as usual, not like the way we talk about it, but you have to speed some of these things up as to getting the transparency. Because trust me,
Thank you.
when this year passed, brother, and we get into next year at a certain point now, people will be like, but you came, what did you do? What are some of the basic things that you do to show that you're fighting corruption? We appreciate
Thank
all
you.
this, but it cannot just be about a communication. We need to see some action. Thank you very much.
And maybe you're right on this,
Yeah.
because the report we're talking about here is just one out of many other reports that have been coming up. Uh, 184 or 86, I still to be corrected on the numbers. 184 or 86 other reports,
Yeah.
and they are coming up gradually.
Yeah.
But again, you made a very important point. So far, what have we seen
Yeah.
relative to how the government intends to address these issues, to set the deterrents, to set precedent at this particular point, to ensure that the people whose names are in the middle of these different reports that are coming out, these people can be made to account.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. In Liberia, let me talk it our Liberian way. We
Yeah.
can say that Liberian that Liberian talk.
Yeah.
The people just talk for 1 week, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
one more maximum. They finish where they finish. Everything go down. Just a
Sure.
breeze.
Yeah.
Another thing that a lot of time people will go back to, they say, and you heard the people are talking about war crime code. You can talk about it again. It going down. Just a breeze. You heard the people talking about asset recovery. You hear anything much about it again. It going down. Just a breeze. You heard the people talking about the fight against drugs. The president did drug tests. You can hear anything about it again. It going down like breeze. Is there any assurance that we are going to see a new path? Now, Moba, I want you to take 30 seconds on this, then we can transition to our next talking point.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Look, this president, he need to do one thing for the Liberian people. One thing. And when he lay that path, anybody who coming will follow. Because you know why? They will be afraid. Even himself, his government official will be afraid to carry on any corruption. Because end of the day, when they lost election, the people who coming will audit them. If the government fail to fight corruption within the next 2 years, or let's say 1 year, 6 months, if we see people in prison, if we see people paying back the Liberian people money, that's it. I can lie to you. I will withdraw my support from the government. And when I withdraw my support from the government, I will talk against them. We will say what we want to say. Because the mandate they keep on, and the mandate we preach to our people on the identical platform. CEO, thank you for giving us the opportunity for our people to listen to us. And the people listening to us overwhelmingly, they voted you because our campaign was on the mandate of corruption. Because if somebody takes something that belongs to them, they are hurting the Liberian people. So today, GSC will do that well. They will give it to you. But you got to prosecute. If you don't prosecute, Mr. President, for me, I give you 1 year, 6 months. We will come on the same platform and we will say what we want to say. And we will tell me the evidence there. The evidence there. It is 6,000 United States dollars. Is that going to somebody's pocket? Jesus.
But
Mr.
again,
President.
I wanted to say this for the sake of the platform, for the sake of our audience and stuff like that. The money not being traceable. And Vasco, welcome to the show. We were just about transitioning when you came on, so we'll give you 1 minute 30 seconds to just weigh in your thoughts on this. Since in fact, what we're talking about now is something that happened under the CDC government, which you support. But the money not being traceable may not necessarily mean that somebody took it and put it in their pocket.
Nothing.
Sometimes there are procedural errors. Sometimes there are administrative breach that will get to the point where it gets to embarrass everyone. Again, once it is not done the proper way, once it is not done as per the requirement, as per what the procedure is, then there's a need for people to ask the critical question.
Yeah, let me that conclude.
Skeptical about the entire process. And I think this is where we are now with respect to what the GSC is saying about the National Road Fund, given their own audit they conducted from 2018 to 2020. But I want you to take 20 seconds quickly.
Nelson, you are running a government. You're not running a boss court. You're running a government that everything should be done properly. You're not running some kind of behind the horse organization where probably can get report. Nelson, even we that working, before you leave, you got to get accountability on what on your job you're doing. You got to tell the people what the activity every day. So Nelson, it's clear that the CDC-led government stole their money and they divided among themselves. Look how they said the money, they said businesses. No receipt. Nelson,
but again, unless maybe we get to that point where
Nelson, nothing to
report investigation start to come. Because if you want to carry the narrative that they divided the money among themselves.
No, I mean divided money, Nelson. They say businesses, right? Businesses. They carry to commercial bank. But where in the world you go deposit money and get slave nursing? I challenge you. Commercial bank, I challenge you. So when I come and employ Liberian people, let us speak the fact. When JMB people does the same, we will come here and say, hey, we're not for party, we're for Liberians. And Liberia only. Thank you.
Thank you. Vasco, you want to weigh in your thoughts quickly on this issue raised by the GAC, the General Auditing Commission?
Thank you, Nelson. And let me say hi to my brother Mulba and Soiree, and hi to our listeners. Those of you who are watching us by the means of Facebook, YouTube, and those in Radio Land. I want to say it's a pleasure once more to be here tonight. So next into the topic. I mean, I like the manner and form in which this identical government is going when it comes to audit. I always say here, I will not come here and help anybody. And that will be found guilty in any corrupt act that happened under my administration. I won't come here to praise you or to say this and that. But I want for my brother Molba to understand that audit is not indictment. So when you're hearing that, oh, they carry on audit at this place and so and more, God mercy, or they cannot trace it. All the auditor want for those that maybe who are working at that place to go and give some explanation. And they want to go there and better explain. And now what the guys doing at the House of Senate there, you see people go past and president leader, they go there and they debating what happened. But I guess because when they say the things it happened 2018 or 2019, so you guys can just conclude that, oh yeah, the person stole this, the person stole that.
But Vasco, do you think is best practice for an institution like the National Road Fund to disburse money, make payments to several individuals and entities in the tune of 86,000 USD plus without any trace, without any document trace?
So yeah,
Or for them to open separate bank accounts at commercial banks, even at the CBL, without authorization.
Nelson, the procedure you are explaining is wrong. I don't think that is not a way for it to go.
Mhm.
But it baffles me now. Then, if the auditors will come out and say they did an audit, but they cannot trace, but they seeing the amount of money that left the road fund account to
Mhm.
separate account, but they cannot even trace to know who are those that will be responsible for it. And that's the reason why I don't want to go deep into it, because if we cannot trace people who created our account, then I don't know who can we hold responsible.
But
for
but
such
again,
a-
the head of the institution at the time was Boniface Sato,
yeah,
and you know that
and
under the
Boniface
CBC
need
administration,
to
he
come for
served.
questioning. But Nelson, let me know. You see the corruption that took place during the CDC administration
Mhm.
and the 7-month corruption, the comparing note.
No.
No,
Vasco. There's no time to compare corruption here.
Nelson,
We can
Nelson,
measure
it might
corruption,
not
the
be
length and
equal.
size
It might
and
not be
weight
the
of
same,
corruption.
right? It might not be the same. But these guys right now, they are moving with I think 5G. And you know what want to slow all of this investigation? That's what you were just saying it. Liberia, and I just Liberia right there. Because our guys now in this current administration, most of their hands in the cookie jar already. So if they're going to start to step on most of the cases,
That's true.
in fact,
You're
yeah,
wrong
they're
now.
going to start stepping on most of the cases. And these same people now who in a federal agency will start to tamper with some of the system because they have already gotten into it. So I mean, the president right now, I don't know, but the experience that you guys talk about, and to see the slow pace the president on warfare corruption, it just showed to us that the president himself is allegedly involved in heavy corruption in the country. I think that is the reason why he's looking at government official. Almost 900 plus people
so
cannot declare the answer. He cannot say
you know,
anything about it.
that's the next conversation we're going to, and I want us to take this one step at a time. But now, Vasco, at this
Yeah.
point, we have seen several reports come up, and the reports are still coming up. The different audit reports are still trooping in from different ministries, different entities. The reports are coming in from different angles. Vasco, in the
Yeah.
midst of everything that's happening here, do you think it was a good response from former President George Weah to say that some of his people are being witch hunted when he spoke quite recently?
Nelson, you know, a lot of people try to misconstrue President Weah's statement.
Mhm.
Nelson, corruption never started under the CDC administration.
Nope.
It never. That is something I've been
Systematic.
it's been a serious concern, serious problem to our nation. So if you have a president, the president Joseph Yuma Bwaka, somebody who is not thinking about coming back to run again, somebody who most of the Liberian people thought that he's coming to set a legacy.
Mhm.
He's coming to not look at this person as my friend or this person in my government. Like I always said, the president had the advantage, that power to set something. President, we are studying the president. I know, Mr. President, in a march, we welcome this corruption fight. We don't want you to only come for our people. Go beyond. They get other people. We giving job in your government. Go look beyond there. They're there. Some of them right there. If you want for the world to take you to be serious, that you really keep the fight corruption, go back and come to us. We not say don't grab our people, but don't leave a previous role. You employ them in your government. You leave the other role and you say, yeah, because the in my government, then you come for the other role that just left power. That was just a clear and simple acknowledgement of President Weah's speech.
So you agree your government was most corrupt, right?
Nancy, I mean, Molba, no, don't say my government. The auditor that I know that went to Liberia, John Molu, he said that the Unity Party government, in fact, they are the most corrupt government ever. Don't people say 2 years, Nancy? You don't even know. Molba, you don't know.
I know.
That 12 years, those people say. And that 12 years, the money that was wasting in our country, you can't compare with John Weah time. You can't compare with John Weah time.
Thank you.
If you
Thank
can't
you,
say my
Vasco.
government corrupt, but I will tell you that they have people that corrupt the
Thank you.
system because
Thank
no
you.
government free from corruption.
Thank you very
And
much,
in the
Vasco.
world.
You know, and this is serious, and we thought to look at this because this is the National Road Fund is supposed to be that place that will encourage Liberians to support their government even more. Too often we talk about the need for people to pay taxes. Oh, you got to pay taxes. That's the only way your government will progress. The government will do this. But the road fund is one of the ways that citizens will pay taxes even without escaping it. Once you want to operate your vehicle, you need to buy gas, you have to pay the road fund. But if this will be coming from the National Road Fund, then it is terrible. And we just hope that the government would take this seriously. Now, I want us to move to the next issue here tonight. LACC came up with a report before, and this was very important. The LACC said of the people, the number of people that the government appointed in government from across all three branches of government, but especially the executive, about 25% or less were able to declare their asset. The LACC raised that alarm. And it went on to say that in total, the executive branch of government had a very good number of people who did not declare their asset in keeping with law. And the LACC spoke the way it did because it was the very the end of that window, that window for asset declaration for the people who were in government at the end of July. August 1, that was when the LACC came up with that particular report. And I'm going to get the entire report. I'm going to lay my hand on the entire report and go over the figures one after another. But then over the weekend, the E-Mansion spoke to this issue. Now, I want us to consider something here. The LACC spoke on this issue the 1st of August. August 1, immediately July 31 or the 31st of July, when the period and everything had elapsed, then the LACC decided to speak out. And they said those people in a very good number did not declare their asset, did not do anything in keeping with the law. And then the executive mansion, the presidential press secretary, was engaged on this issue. And she's telling the Liberian people that as we speak, the president have received the entire report from the LACC regarding his officials who have not declared their assets, and the president is going to act appropriately. Now, this is coming up at a time when we've gone pretty close to 2 weeks since the LACC came up with this report. Almost 2 weeks since the LACC more like reported those people to the president and say, Mr. President, your people you appointed, in keeping with the law, they're not living up to what their responsibility is. You did yours, you declared your assets, you did so in time, but those people are not doing theirs. Now, it hasn't gotten to that point where Liberians will start to push for making public of the asset. No, it hasn't reached that point yet. For that, you can decide to do whether you want to make it public, but just to declare it in keeping with law, so that the Liberian people now and hereafter can know how much you enter government with. They're not doing so. And we're told that the president is going to act accordingly. It's been almost 2 weeks. Mobile, let's start a conversation with you.
Yeah, Nelson, for me, when we first started the Nega topic, we were truthful to our people, and we called upon the president to suspend people who not follow the law, because you can't be the law maker and you keep breaking the law. You get people who working in the government. The people say, okay, they're audit. Everybody go and do their auditing, everything. But certain people in the government, I'm talking about the people who probably they just hire maybe in 2 or 3 days, before the audit report were up, or maybe a week before the audit report were up. I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to people who was selected by the president to various ministrates or ministers that refusing to present their audit report. What's it like? No, Nelson, sometimes we don't need president that way, that would take action immediately. Let me friend. Let me say this. Although what Charles Taylor carried war in that country and did other things, but Charles Taylor was one of the presidents that could change that country. Because when he said things, it happened. I could remember when the boss issue came, when the bosses of the manual posted taking their bosses out because the fair. Taylor said, if you take a boss, don't put it by the next day. I will provide bus for people the next day. You see buses on the street. Look, sometimes when president says something, if you decide to say you're walking on the right path, look, even your own baby, you can eat your own baby. Because you want to say a precedent that, yes, if my son can do it in a house, I can prosecute my son. What about the person that out there? I don't even know you. That's how government works, Nelson. Let the president take action. You're going too long. Who are those? Who are those? They want to declare that they want to declare the access. It's in the law. It's not something that not in the law, people saying it verbally with their mouth. That's something that is written is in the law. But people violate it because they feel maybe the president will not take no action. People meaning to do it because they feel maybe the president has sympathy on them. But Mr. President, if you want your legacy to live forever, you got to step on your game. Even your own child go against the law, prosecute them. You know what you're saying to the national, you know what you're saying to all the country? Even the Liberian people, they will say, Mr. President, you mean business. Because if you can take your own child, if they do something and prosecute them, the word about the man we don't even know, you can prosecute him as well. So nothing for our country to develop and to be on the right path. If we want to fight corruption, the president got to start from his door. We want to come here and sugarcoat something and say, oh, because we support the United Party to come in power, so because of that, we must cover it. No, the president needs to take action now. Those who refusing against the law of the Republic of Liberia should be penalized. If a deal won, right, Nelson, let it suspend all of them. Because the report is on a desk.
This is important. Quite recently, the president had an engagement with members of the cabinet. And he was he was very upfront with those folks, telling them that you have to work. You have to do the Liberian people work. If you come here and think you will not work, I will send you home. You will go. And we're not doing the Liberian way where when you are dismissed, then you go and talk to people. You're going to talk to the papi for me, then the people can't. No, we're not doing the Liberian way. When you mess up, you will go and sit down. But with this whole thing happening now with asset declaration, do you think the energy that is being exerted here so far, relative to how this asset declaration thing is being addressed by the president, do you think it's sufficient enough? Moba, do you think it's going to bring about the kind of result that Liberians across this country, Liberians who stood in the rain and in the sun to see to it that this government is elected so that there will be a new path, a new way, a new style of doing things, a new day for Liberia?
Yeah,
Do you think this energy so far in any way gives hope to those thousands of Liberians of a better country?
Yeah, Nelson, how much the report is on the president's desk? We urge the president to do the right thing. You know why? You know why the president doing the right thing? For the Liberian people. You know why? For the people who were killed in front of the headquarters of the United Party, where people were killed celebrating. Not all. Some up. Before the election, we take 3 days. We put sleep in our eye. We use our resources. Not all. We look at people who sent grand delay, risk their life. We watch video. People were beaten. because they want to mar or pull for unity party. That's the people you bring justice to, Mr. President. So you got to do the right thing. You're not doing it only for you. More especially, you're doing it probably for the entire nation and also your legacy. So that tomorrow, any president, that's it. We're watching the president. You know why? Because the report is on his desk. If
Thank you.
he act according to that report on his desk, he get plenty of things on him right now. We're still watching and we're talking. Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. I want us to come to Vasco, then we will go to our brother Soiree. I want us to come to Vasco on this one. Vasco, this is
Yeah,
where we are.
Nelson. Yeah,
This is where we
Nelson.
are. 26.5% of the people in government were the ones who were able to declare their asset. 26.5. And I want to go through the breakdown here just before we bring you in, Vasco. From the legislature, of the total number of 73 lawmakers, the people who declared their assets, the lawmakers who declared their assets were 26. The lawmakers who did not declare their assets, 47. Over 50% of them did not declare their asset as of the time the LACC brought this report, which was on the 1st of August. Now, you go to the senators, 30 senators, 12 declared their assets, 18 did not declare their asset. You go to the executive, where a lot of people now are looking at the president to see what level of action he will be able to take. At the level of the executive, the total number of people who were appointed in government as of the time the LACC released this report were 1,281 persons that the president had given that letter to, and they how do you call it? Sorry, man. Sorry, I'm getting this right here. The people who the president gave letter to, and those individuals were being confirmed by the Liberian Senate, serving in different positions where they were supposed to declare the asset. 1,281 people. Of that number, 322 people declared the asset, while 959 persons did not declare the asset. You go to the judiciary branch of government, it's even worse. The people who are making laws, not making laws, but interpreting the laws, deciding who go to jail, who goes to prison for violating the laws of the country. 333 members of the judiciary should declare the asset. 333 members of the judiciary. You want to know how many people declare the asset? 28. 28 persons, including the judges and 21 administrative staff. The rest of the 305 people at the judiciary branch of government did not declare the asset. But yet, those people are still working. The Liberian people from the late taxpayers' money, they're still paying those people. But up to now, the Liberian people are yet to know exactly how much those people came into government with. In fact, after every 3 years, you're supposed to redeclare for the level of transparency and accountability. But now, E-Mansion is saying that the report is on the desk of the president. Vasco, what do you think the president is going to do? What do you think Liberians are going to see in the coming days? The LACC came up with this issue on the 1st of August. Today is August 13. The energy so far from the executive, from the presidency, is there any hope that Liberians who voted for a new day, a better Liberia, are still going to get it when it comes to seeing that difference in the way public officials react to asset declaration?
Nelson, I mean, nothing gonna happen. You can know if a president is serious to take action against people who will go against the same thing he came to power to defend. And we all listen to this president. You always play that VOA recording, Nelson. The president spoke to the whole world on his action, the things that he was going to do after taking office. And those same things he spoke about, those same things coming right back to him. And he's looking at it, but doing nothing. This is not secret. The LSTC been coming out with report. They came out with this report. It don't have to be on his desk. He already know. But because the president himself did not declare his asset the right way, he himself went against the law of the country. So the rest of the guy, like I always say, if you the head, you don't do things right, those guys that honor them will follow suit. And that's what they're doing. They look at the president is not serious. One of the era I really give on this president, I know there will be nothing good coming from this president. When a junior minister like Matt Jabate came out and threatened people and says to the president, shaking Matt Jabate, even man, when are your son or whosoever, but to show to the world that he's serious, you don't have to fire him. They say, Lord, we go sit down home for 1 or 2 more. We all pay. Next time when you come by, you don't say the kind of thing. The president didn't say.
Let me bring Sandy on. Sandy is joining from an unusual location tonight.
Yeah.
Sandy, welcome to the show.
Welcome, Sandy.
Thank you.
If the
Thank you.
president cannot take simple action, decision.
Thank you, Nelson.
to
We are
work for
sitting here on
junior
the show.
minister, Nelson, he wouldn't do nothing.
You know, I don't know where these guys are. You know, I don't know where these guys are. Since the weekend, Cindy, Toure, Raymond, and Francis, those guys been causing trouble around.
Yeah, but no, no, yeah,
The
right.
yellow machine money.
Yeah, let me see that.
Vasco say I carry the yellow machine money. You're using the yellow machine money that like people are crying. But that's a great one. You know, this is very important. Cindy, I don't know how long you're hanging in with us, but I know you're
I'm here for a little bit, just for a little bit.
okay. So I know you're out there. You're not. That's why you're not joining us from your usual location. You're in what, Pennsylvania?
I'm here in Philadelphia.
Oh, Philadelphia, yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why you see Ray and the rest of the guys are there. So, but we're gonna come to you, and this is very important.
Yeah.
Vasco, just considering, and I see Raymond, and the rest of the guys. Look, those guys came purposely to hijack the show, but they will not make it. They will not make it. You know, tonight they will not succeed. That Philadelphia hijack your Kimwe will definitely handle it the way we can. But Vasco,
Yeah.
the president is noted for taking actions. If there's any reason why President Boakai, being the president he is, so many people love and respect him, that is because he takes actions. You could tell from the way he spoke to the ministers, the cabinet, members of the cabinet when he had that engagement, and maybe I should play the clip. You could tell that this
we
president
listened to that
takes
thing
action.
already. That is the
All
thing he
right.
said when
So with this report, yes, granted, 959 persons did not declare their asset, though the president did, but those individuals did not follow suit. The presidential press secretary is telling Liberians that as we speak, the report is on the president's desk. He's going to take action. He's going to take action. This report came August 1 to this August 13. But the president is going to take action. And I want to come to Bila. Since Sandy is hanging in for a while, I wanted to take Sandy quickly, and then we're going to go to you, Bila. Is there any reason why Liberians at this point you still have little hope, Cindy, that the president is going to take action. Though it's been almost 2 weeks since this report came up, almost 2 weeks since the LACC say all the people that didn't declare asset yet. But is there any reason why Liberians should still have hope, still trust their president that he's going to take action?
Look, Nelson, the last time we said that with the report being out, we hope that the president will take action, right? I think the president need time to review the report. But no, listen, Vasco, listen. I'm a person who want to be optimistic here. I just don't want to, draw my conclusion that the president won't take any action. I think the president is serious about the issue of asset declaration. I really believe that he's serious about it. And that's why he led by example. He declared his own asset. So, and not only did he declare his asset, he made remarks, he made statement that encouraged others to follow suit. So given that we have laws on the book that require those individuals in government to declare their assets, I do want to believe that after reviewing the report that has been given to him, he will definitely take steps to ensure that those that have not declared their assets are brought to book. That's what I want to believe. Now, I want to agree to an extent, though, that this is a little bit overdue, right? Those people should have declared their asset long ago. So for the fact that we're still talking about it now, that they haven't declared their assets, is long overdue. So I will hope to get some, I will hope to see actions from the president. Would that lead to termination? I don't think termination may be the right step to go at this point, but maybe some suspension or some warning, or even a broad statement to enforce what he said in the beginning, to enforce this law. It's important. I mean, we must hear from the president. We must hear from him. But I believe that he will take some action. So I know some people are expecting termination of those individuals, but I don't think that would be the right thing. I think maybe suspension or even just coming up and making a strong statement would be good for the Liberian people. We need a president that must speak on this, and I think President Bouaka will speak on this.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Sandy. Thanks a lot. Bila, you want to go ahead? Let's hear your take on this because we.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Let me
Let me
bring
say
Raymond on.
welcome
It's
to
like
my.
Cindy and Raymond are almost.
Merci, I know.
The minute
in Florida,
receive
just hijack me.
Yeah,
In Florida, the minute.
Yeah.
Raymond,
Vasco, you will learn your thoughts once we come back from the phone lines. Raymond, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Raymond, I beg you, don't let him minute get you like yellow
It's
machine.
always a pleasure being here, man.
yeah. Thank you, brothers. Welcome to Philadelphia, Cindy. I think tomorrow, by the grace of God, we have to be hanging out there too. So I think I think there's a problem with government official. And when I listen to the Deputy Minister for Information, Daniel Sano, giving some level of caveat to the LCC board, but then when he giving the update on the lower piece of asset declaration, then we came on the platform, we lacking, we told him that young people should not see themselves in certain position and want to abuse that. You said you come to you came about on the basis of transparency and accountability. One,
Oh, too bad we lost Bila.
I don't know why, yeah, the man now I keep glazing. I don't know why.
Okay, but then let's take Raymond since we lost Bila. Raymond, go ahead. Let's hear your take on this issue.
Well, so a tenet of good governance is open governance, and asset declaration is
There's
one
a
of the
feedback.
pillars. Can you hear me?
You okay? Yeah,
You that
you
bad.
okay? Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Is it
Go
better
ahead.
now?
Yeah, we can manage. We can manage with that. Go ahead.
So I was saying one of the tenets of good governance is open government or governance. And asset declaration is a component of that. But this hasn't been a practice in our government space, even though it's been written on the books, but it hasn't been practical. All of our past government has not been successful to declare assets. And we, the citizens, can interpret it as an intent of corruption. But the truth of the matter could also be is because some things is not prevalent, people don't normally do it. Sometimes getting people to do it becomes difficult because asset declaration is a form, and the information given is exactly in a certain pattern. I know as a person, right? I help people fill a lot of online forms. Sometimes the language can be difficult for Liberians because it's not the normal way we speak. It's not the usual way we ask questions. And some of these things are legal. False declaration become an issue. So I do not know the details, but I would want to assume the fact that the president hasn't taken an action, the fact that a lot of people in his government have not declared their assets, there might be some discussion in the back. But I would want the president to come up and speak to this issue, to speak to the Liberian people, because during his campaign, he mentioned accountability, transparency, and an open governance. And that's what we expect from this government. But truth be told, we are only 6 months into this presidency with a lot of computing interests. I understand that the Liberian people demand so much, but sometimes to be practical and realistic is just common sense. And because of politics, we will put all of the pressure and hold the feet to the fire. But when you're having a goal and an objective, that goal and objective should be smart. It should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable in the time space. With all the competing interests in our country, with all the walu balu, I believe we, the Liberians, should give our government at least 2 years to settle in. And after 2 years, we can rate them. Not to say that we cannot critique them.
We'll get
We
about
can,
2 years, about still everything.
look, when things get spoiled, to fix them is not a quick fix. A quick fix is not a permanent fix. A permanent fix is a process and it's gradual. I will keep reminding everybody on this show the idiom that Rome wasn't built in a day's time means great efforts takes time. It takes effort, and with that, no one should not expect a quick fix. Usually in Liberia, we can say, hurry, hurry, bust trousers.
Wow.
That means
Thank
the
you.
same thing.
Thank you, Raymond. Thanks a lot. I think we have to go to the phone lines, right? Bila? Okay, Bila, take your 1 minute, then we'll go to the phone lines.
Yeah, thank you. I think somebody called me quickly.
Pastor, put your hand down, but I'll
Regards
go to
of
the phone line.
reactionary situation. So here's the thing, right? I'm coming to some level of conclusion that the president want to be linear on certain set of report. I'm still a bit corrected. There are several reports on the desk of the president, but this should be the second most important report I have followed. You talk about the DEA, you talk about this asset declaration that is on the desk about the death of the president, and there's some level of delay. We understand governance is a process. You want to review, you want to ask, consult, and other business things before you come up with some level of action. There are few things that I think I cannot be linear with, or I cannot be patient with. I cannot hold on to get government certain time when it comes to the issue about asset declaration. I don't want to believe that we should give government 1 or 2 years or the president some years in terms of achieving all those things. No. I mean, because there are time limit to achieving these things. When you cannot achieve it in a time period, come on, it will be of no use for you to come and implement the very law that you're supposed to. And I want to make the clarity. The president was not in any violation when it comes to asset declaration. So let's make that clarity. Let's make that clarity before we make progress, because Vasco said it. The president did, we appreciate him. But you have to set the pace by setting deterrent. I go for suspension as well. Like Sandy said, let people be suspended. So as Liberians care, when you suspend 1 or 2 buses, you'll see guys running to go declare access. So I think we
Thank you.
should speed up some things when it comes to asset declaration. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to the phone lines, taking a few calls. Yes, Vasco, we're going to come to you. We'll start with you. Trust me, we're going to do that. We will certainly start the next round with you. But let's take a few calls from the
Let's see,
folks
I
out
now
there.
conclude.
Yeah, but Vasco, okay, take 1 minute. Take 1 minute.
Yeah, let me tell 1 minute. The
Vasco,
man call the
he that talk for
people
almost
calling
3
my
minutes.
name here. So Nelson, I listened to my brother Raymond talking about the people need time. Look, the issue of this asset declaration is not about time. I think it's just a simple thing. I don't really know why we, the Liberian people, can do it this way. They say when you come in the government, make it known to the Liberian people what do you bring in or what do you get, so that we can know when you're leaving what do you carry or what you taking or what you not generate at the time you work. So even you get nothing and the president appoint you, that your asset declaration form will just be easier for you to fill. Maybe if you get a property, if you get a car, you get it when you put it there. And your previous job, what you are making, you put it there. Well, look at it. The people go almost 7 months. So all the money they've been stealing. So to me, the whole asset declaration right now is a waste. It's a waste. I think that's one of
Thank
the
you.
reasons why the president just weak or he just feeling reluctant to suspend people. Because if I saw to steal, give me 7 months, I've been stealing enough. If I had zero balance in my account,
Okay, so Vasco is saying what did you just say? Can you repeat that?
I said I
You
think
say
that's some of the reason
you
the president
supposed to
feeling weak.
you supposed to do what?
Still
I said I think
no.
that's some of the reason the president. If
No,
you
you say you. Man, you working government, you'll be corrupt. That's the way the citizen going
no
out corrupt.
no, you know what? Listen to me clearly. I
There,
But you
said
just said it, my
there
man.
you
I
go.
said,
But Vasco
but
is on tape.
You
We're not
just
going
said
to
it.
give Vasco time
but that's it. If
to
I in
clarify
government,
this thing.
you employ me. I sort of declare my asset so let the people know before even taking my seat. Now I gone 7 months. So
Wow,
if I even steal, how will you trace me
that
again
is
that I stole?
055510105. The
CDC,
number to
I
call
hope all of them
055
down to the grassroots. There.
CDC
All
not
of
in
them.
power.
No,
I got the one there.
No, guys, let's go to the phone lines and take some calls from our folks out there. I'm gonna pin the WhatsApp number on the screen right now. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from?
Be that the president or not declare.
Hello.
I am B. Puendo. I'm calling from Bapolo.
Okay, from Bapolo. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, my concern here is about GAC.
Mm-hmm.
They have started fine since I think this is my first time hearing about GAC, about their performance. Now, I was in Bapolo. I was controlling the health center money. It was 2047 USD with 400,000 LD. Since GAC went in my district, they did not reach to my office. They pulled it right down to a health facility and was gone. They wanted to know how much I have used, how much balance, and what have you. They did not turn back there again. I don't know what was the problem.
Okay, thank
That
you.
was what they did for our health now in our headquarters in Bahama district there.
Thank
So
you.
now,
Thank you very much.
when I
Sorry, we have to hold you there because we are time pressed. Let's
a
hope
lot
we
of
can
people
make
on
it
the line.
point in 1 minute. There are lots of people on the local line, even on the WhatsApp. 055510175. The WhatsApp number is on the screen. You can call. Let's take this WhatsApp call, then we'll come to the local line, take one call from there. Hello, you're live. Anthony Gay, let's hear you. Quickly, you have 1 minute. Hello? Sorry. Hello? I think we can hear you. I don't know what's happening here. Anthony, are you here? Hello?
Hello.
Okay, Anthony, we'll have to hold you there. Hello? Please go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
hello.
is this is M. Ganawolo Davis, and I call from Logan Town, Bushel Island.
Yeah.
Well, on this quote unquote assets declaration issue, on a very frank and a serious note, the guys are really not doing well, right? To be specific, the president need to come so strong so that the guys can declare their assets. I think he has taken the stand to initiate the process. And whatever, like the company said, though he didn't do it good, whatever it is, I think it's straight and clear that the president have already declared. So in his own judgment, he
Okay.
did not do it. He did not do it good. And let us be clear: you, for any reason, you run in the opposition. I mean, it's space to understand, right? That whatever your points you are pushing should be truth, quote unquote, say rational. But the guys
Thank
come
you.
with so much emotions, and they get talk anyhow.
Thank you
Whether
very
they are
much.
in the right state, they are not in the right state. They come with so much emotions and thought just anyhow.
Let's hold you there, sir, and take another person here. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Hello,
Yes.
Nelson.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
Okay. Thanks to every one of you guys on the panel, Mr. Molba, and I want to say belated birthday and to Mr. Vasco.
Thank you.
Over there, whenever you guys get on the panel here to discuss Liberia issue is very important. And I want to address what Vasco was just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And Vasco, you always come up with a point, and this point you made just now is very important. And I'd like to add to that what you have said. But what you have done all the time, you come in, you like to make it into, you twist your topic to partisan. You want to make it all a party or politics, and that is not good for our country.
No.
You see, the declaration, the thing about declaration of assets, it is important that the government, the current government officials declare their assets. Because we are not talking about this party with shaking over CDC people ain't do it, or the you people ain't do it, or you people do. It is about Liberia. It is about accountability
Thank
to
you.
our country. It is about our nation moving forward. So Nelson, thank you guys for having this discussion, and I hope the Liberian people listening and people in government can take heed and adhere to what you guys are discussing. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your input tonight. Very interesting. The issue with the asset declaration. Well, the e-mention said the the LECC report is on the desk of the president. He's going to be acting in due time. Well, on the flip side, we talk about the issue with the GSC, the General Auditing Commission. They did their audit of the National Road Fund, and they're raising some serious concerns about unauthorized bank account that was open at the National Road Fund, multiple bank accounts, some without authorization. They're raising issues about unsupported payment in the tune of over 86,000 USD that was paid in 2019 without proper documentation to the institutions or individuals, such as receipts and universals or whatever. Additionally, they're saying that over 17,000 USD was paid to consultants who were not recruited through the competitive process. They're talking about governance in terms of governance and internal controls. They're raising issues with that as well. That they identified significant governance failures and a lot more. They're talking about funds withheld. The government withheld 7 million USD from the petroleum levy fee meant for the National Road Fund, redirecting it to the national budget. And this is another very sticky issue. This is another very sticky issue. The money is meant for road fund, but you take it from road fund. The levy fee, when the people pay the money to the petroleum importers, it's supposed to go to the road fund. But they're saying that the audit conducted so far revealed that they take some of the money from the road fund, they chunk it towards the national budget in 2019. Now we're going to take just 3 more calls and then we wrap up. Let's take this person. Hello.
Hello, Nelson.
Yes, you are live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is William. I call from Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nelson, I'm very, very happy today. since I've been listening to this show today, is one of the best day ever that most of our guys over there speak my mind. Like the brother just said, Basco sometimes just speak on party level, but it is the truth. And for me, here I'm a full member of the United Party, most especially a supporter of Joseph Boakai.
Yeah.
Not anybody else but Boakai as well. But the thing here is, letting myself, I'm getting pissed off with myself in this place here. Like Morva was saying, bro, it's a very easy thing for the people to just stand one day and tell the people, hey, my rules I came up with is everybody should declare that I said before coming into my government. I can remember one time I listened to a campaign talk. He said, I think that was in Broadway. He said, if you coming into my government, you're not coming with your asset being declared. Don't come in my government.
Thank you.
For today, for members of this government not declaring their assets at that time, people still talking about you giving credence to the CDC government, bro.
Thank you.
It's not necessary for us. Our system right now for people not declaring their assets at this time, and you still incorporating them. President, you're not doing well, but come back and tell the people let them declare their assets.
Thank you very much. I want to hold you there.
Thank you.
I want to hold you there. Thank you. Because we are pressed with time. Let me bring Anthony Gay on tonight. Anthony, welcome to the show. It's great. It's great to have you on.
Thank you very much, Nelson. You know, Nelson, from my fellow
I don't know why you coming in low or stuff like that, but just go ahead.
Can you hear me? Is it much better?
Can you guys hear Anthony? Okay, yeah, go ahead quickly, Anthony.
Let me take care of a speaker.
Yeah, you gotta take care of the speaker. Hello?
Look, Nelson, for my fellow panelists, especially Raymond, to come on here and say, oh, that the people give the administration 2 years, then the same Raymond will talk about, oh, the rule of law, the rule of law. Well, this is a constitutional mandate. You must declare your asset before your first day of work. Declare your asset before you take office, not after. Sorry, you misled the people when you said JMB was not in violation. JMB did not declare asset before he took office, even though he declared asset.
But again, there's a grace period. There's a grace period.
There is no grace period over there. The Constitution said declare your assets.
But I don't miss in front of people.
No, Anthony,
Don't
even
do
the
that.
asset declaration we're talking about, it is the code of conduct.
Yes,
the asset declaration comes from the code of conduct. That code of conduct was crafted to come up with the do's and don'ts for public officials, to safeguard their movement, to further to foster transparency and accountability in government. That's how this whole code of conduct thing came into the picture. Yes,
absolutely. It came out of Article 90 of the Constitution. So
exactly.
I know that. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. At this point, 6 months, these guys are collecting salary. They ain't supposed to collect salary. They're collecting salary. They have gone to 5 different retreats. And up to this time, all it tells me that this president does not have control of his own cabinet. He is the head of this administration. He did the needful. His vice president did the same thing. Some other government official also did the same thing. Why is the rest of the other people not declaring the asset and the president not saying anything? It just tells me that the president does not have control of his own cabinet.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Let's take James and David here on this one. Then we'll take just 2 calls from the local lines. Then we're done. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes, you are live on the show.
Yeah, this is James calling from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't really know that asset declaration what I can bring to the conversation or what I can bring in Liberia, because the problem somebody comes from ground they say I get it one. Not seeing the people go after A and Y and print it out. Say the person, whether the person is wrong or the person is right, I never see the print it out before. But just asset declaration,
you said what the benefit you get for the citizen, what thing you can benefit the country, right?
Yeah, I can laugh.
Huh?
Because they can rectify it.
So I'm
Nothing, you
trying.
get copy, and you check on most of the people that are declaring the asset, you are journalist in Liberia, you not do it.
So, but I want to get your point. What's your point? What's your point?
My
Because
point here is
Mhm.
all of your hand in the cookie jar, you're in the people in their pocket. So when they say they get $1 million, you can agree to it. Because you're the journalist, bro, you can't even investigate.
Okay, so let me say it this way. Let me say it this way, and it's important. I like the fact that you are making a position on this. Those officials of government,
Yeah, go ahead.
those officials of government,
Yeah.
are required to declare the asset, not to me, not to anybody else said here, but to the LACC. The LACC
Then why you don't
then
let LACC
no,
talk about
I'm coming now.
hold on. Why you
No,
don't
no,
let
no,
LACC talk
I'm
about
coming. No,
talking
no,
about
no,
it
no,
on
no. I'm
the
in
thing?
control. Please give me chance. You're gonna have your time,
Okay.
sir. Yeah. You declare your asset to the LACC. The LACC has a possession of what you are coming into government with. After 3 years, you should also declare. When you're promoted, you declare, and when you leave in government, you should also declare. But this is the point. The whole idea behind the asset declaration is to be able to track transparency and accountability in government, so that the people who are coming into government, and they may asset over the maybe 3 years he served in government, his entire asset what he was able to accumulate was 300,000, and you see the man over in a very short time has 10 million. Then you can raise the question, you can raise the red flag, and investigation can start from there. That's the rationale behind the asset declaration. And the next thing you ask is whether I check in on the people that not declare the asset. It gets to a point where the journalist or any other Liberian can can want to see the assets of those people. You can request that through the code, and there should be genuine reason why you're requesting that. But it is not something that the LACC would take and put all outside in the public and put it on billboard for everybody to be seeing. If the person decides and say, LACC, I gave her the authorization, you publish my asset, then it can be published in the newspaper and everywhere. Are you there, sir?
So so the argument here is only LACC sort discuss it. You people not even sort discuss it. Because why you discussing it when you can't even see it? And you cannot fight for it. You gotta go through court system. So I don't know. There's no necessary need. There's nothing for that. One of the main reasons I get for UPO is that UPO don't correct people. For example, the other time Ellis sat on your platform there and said that in other countries they can give them 10-year visa. As you asking question, why how many years a passport can go for? A passport only go for 4 years. I mean 5 years. It's travel lesson at 1 year. You don't asking no question. Ellis talking about Ghana. Ghana can get 10-year passport. You can't get 10-year passport in your country. Then talking about somebody giving 10-year visa to another country. You're sort of correct him right there.
Okay. Then now I know where you're coming from, but I appreciate you, sir. Thanks a lot for your contribution on the show tonight, sir. We really appreciate you. It's just that time is fast spent, and we have to wrap up at this point. We appreciate you a whole lot. I think we have to come back to wrap up because time is not on our side at all. Let me. Okay, so we lost that person. Okay, so I think we can wrap up from here. Time is of essence. We're out of time. So let's start the show from here. Let's start to do our closing from here. Vasco, you can go ahead. You have your time, and then we're gonna give
Yeah,
I'll be last.
it was a great show.
Yeah.
Like we always doing is like nothing. This is very simple. For me, I will tell you tonight, the president, he's not ready. He's not ready to do anything positive in that country. And if you can remember from day one, I've been telling you people that this president will be the worst president ever in the history of that country. Because this president, the advantage this president had, if he really serious to put himself up there, to put himself on the map, people will say, yes, we had a president before with all the experience. And these are the things that he did. Since these people came to power, apart from the whole audit, the only thing is, yeah, audit. But I haven't seen any project or positive things that will benefit the people, the ordinary people. I haven't seen it. We're supposed to be here talking about asset declaration. If these people come out and today, Baka say I suspend everybody, it's belated. Somebody been taking pay for 7 months already. What are they going to declare again?
30 seconds, Vasco, just to conclude.
So nothing. And on the issue of the audit, I mean, in as much as it's good for us to discuss the issue of the audit, we should also know that the audit is not an indictment. So I think we can wait. If this president is serious, he got all the audit.
There's a portion of that entire audit report where it is highlighting the petroleum levy fees meant for the National Road Fund being redirected to the national budget in the tune of some 7 million USD.
Thank you, Nelson.
And this is important because once it gets to this point, and that was in 2019. So once it gets to this point, then the next question a lot of people will be asking is, who authorized? Who made the request? Who made the request for this 7 million to be diverted from the National Road Fund that's supposed to be used to maintain the road to the national budget?
And that is where your lawmakers come in. Because once it comes to the budget, the lawmakers have a major role to play in it. So if money was taken from the road fund account to be placed in the budget, that is something that the lawmakers have to even have an ordinary session and agree upon it.
Who signs that?
The executive
Who does the drafting of that budget, and who signs it? We know that the budget comes from the Ministry of Finance. They do the draft budget. They carry it to the legislature. The legislature makes the allotments, and then the president signs it. So, first question is, who authorized or made the request for the money to be redirected? Secondly, who made the allotment? And maybe you're right, the lawmakers. Who are those that allocated the 7 million into different areas that they went to? And who signed it? The president. So
people should be aware that once it comes to the issue of money coming from their place going into the budget, this is something that the lawmakers, okay, you don't forget, these people have their constituency break all this small money they be giving them. So once it comes to that aspect, if they cannot find that money from the revenue generation so they can be able to get what they want as their own benefit, they will look somewhere within the government.
Now there you go, Vasco. You want to entangle the lawmakers and leave the executive. But anyway, let's go you there, Vasco. We're doing our closing now.
Yeah,
let's go you there. Peter, let's hold you there. Vasco the public to believe that budget is only about the legislature and the legislature alone.
No,
And the executive, the president said the Ministry of Finance has absolutely nothing to do with budget. That's what Vasco wants us to believe tonight.
But man, on a job, we have a revenue
go ahead.
generation. We're working, we're collecting
So-
money to pay civil
Go
servants.
ahead, Bila. Bila, go
So
ahead.
here's the thing. Let me begin by saying thanks to those that are phoning to give their basis contribution to the show, and I think it was a good thing. Thanks to Nelson for having us as well. Here's the thing. I want to make two clarifications quickly. You know, I think when our brother came on the platform, Nina, he said he was coming to disrupt. I think he's becoming more destructive in his approach of conversation than being more disruptive. But I can understand somebody call on the platform and talk about Article 90, and you did not precisely give us which part of Article 90 talk about the president should declare your asset before coming to office. I want to make clarity on this. Article 90 precisely, I think he was talking about Article 90 C, right? That talk about the legislator shall have the power to enact the code of conduct that can guide government officials in on how they proceed and present themselves out there, right? So basically, that code of conduct talk about asset declaration, and where it gave a time frame where the president or any other government official can declare their assets. So when I am making clarity on the issue of the president did not violate the issue of an asset declaration in proceeding with the law, there where my argument will come from a clarification on Vasco said the president said, and at certain point of the show he said honor declare. I don't know who determine whether the president honor declare or not. You are not in any authority to do that. So I think you was a little bit unfair to the Liberian people. But here's the thing about accountability, right? The other report, like I said, we have had the president has serious report, and what I am in know of is this issue about the DEA and that of what we hearing from the LSCC. So it has been the lingering. When you linger on certain things, the very people that you serve, or the very people that has that you have that respect for you as a leader, they will kind of not take you serious at certain level. So we ought the presidency to take certain things serious. So we don't want to come on the platform and always sound repetitive on asset declaration. People need to declare their asset. One of the reasons corruption has taken over our country is people come with the motive of serving in government because we don't know what they have. The one of the Carter call, he scratched a very unique point. Mr. Carter, I think we all have our right to discuss issues of concern. We don't have to be expert of the law or have certain report in our hand before we discuss the issues, right? So, but you scratch a very good point when you talk about rectification, and that has not been something that the asset declaration, people who has the authority to rectify the various assets that is people said to have before they come to government and before they leave, they have not been carrying out that at the end of the day honor the process. So I think that need to be taken into consideration. But I think it was a very good show. We can keep doing these things. And I want to end on this. I want to say happy birthday to Mateme Sanos in Minnesota. There she's one of the ardent followers of the Spoon Talks. And basically I want to say best wishes to you and your twin sister. And I wish you got more long life and good health, more prosperity in life. I think it was a good show, Nelson. Thank you for having. Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Bila. Let me do my closing, and I will just be short because you guys said it all. But like we all, we come here as we discuss these issues. I think it's important for us to say the facts, not to lie to the Liberian people and say things that is not true. We all know Anthony, just sometimes when he made mistake, we come out with correct. And I correct him more than I don't know how many times on the show. And he always debunk, say, oh, my man, I know what I say. And when it go, it's the same. So, and I respect your view. That's a view. Yeah, Biwa Bay, how you doing? Long time. Yeah, so, the president, all we need to do, like we're doing right now, let us put the president feet to the fire. All the people who need to be audit, like say, do that auditing and people to the decks and whosoever, like try to violate the law, let the president come out, let him take some drastic action that will be in the interest of the Liberian people. The president is on a good path, but he got to do more for the Liberian people because we believe that with his wisdom, Liberia will be better. We believe that, we believe in his leadership ability. But with all that, we will come here and criticize him if the right thing are not done. We are not seditions. We are not people from the Unity Party. We are not AMP, nothing, UP, all the party, the political party. We are independent. We are independent thinker. We think independently, and we get our views to how we see things. We talk about it, how we see it, and how the Liberian people see it in general. So we're not here to please Joseph Boaga, President Joseph Yema Boaga, or please George Weah like his followers. They say what they want to say to please him. When the president does wrong, we say. But for now, when it comes to the audit report, and when it comes to the assets declaration, the president got to make a stand. We understand if an audit being presented, or maybe they call somebody, is that end right there? Investigation got to go on, and let the investigation go on. Nobody should manipulate the investigation. Let it go on. Let people who stole for the Liberian people, let them pay. Now, ask for the president. President, remember, the day you won the election, remember, the people that were jubilating, celebrating in front of your party headquarters, people got killed. Remember that. Mr. President, remember if you forget. 1,000 Liberians get under the ring. Remember, Mr. President, all they ask from you is accountability, Mr. President. All they ask for you when they call on radio, when they talk to us, they only ask for accountability. Because they believe with accountability, things change. Let me conclude by saying this. I was watching a video in what the Arab country, man, what kind of man? You know what the man said? The man was talking to Tubac. He a Nigerian guy was talking. And he told the Nigerian guy, say, I can lay my phone here. I will go as far as to my house. I spent 2-3 days to my house, forget what I come with me right to the same spot. He said, then he asked the Nigerian man, he said, why in your country? When I lay phone, like for on the same table, we just sitting one, go come out and found it. The Nigerian man never answer. You know why? Because Tubana is a country of accountability, a country of the law, the rule of law. They believe in law. So whenever in a country you believe in law, your country will prosper. God himself will bless that country. So all we say, Mr. President, let everybody obey the law. If somebody in your government trying to undermine your government, Mr. President, you gotta do something. Don't let it get late. We know people in your government who trying to manipulate your government. Mr. President, you got to stand your ground. Your legacy at stake. You got to stand up, Mr. President. Every day we'll come here, we'll say it, and Mr. President will keep talking to you until you can do the right thing. That's the reason why we put you in power. Thank you. Mr. Bay, to your 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Well, let me say good afternoon to you all. It's good to be on tonight. I've been following the show when I work. But you see, some of us, we are unit partisan. Not today, not we've been there from we start knowing ourselves in the voting role. But if President broke out the scenario that is going on, we got dozens of reports on President Broka's decks. A lot of them have not been addressed. First thing first, Manamiata family, inaugural program where he almost passed out. That issue is still pending. Nobody has heard anything about it. The 150,000 with Sarata Grisby is still pending. We have not heard anything about it. When you speak on transparency as the key to being elected by Liberian people, and you start to drift from that path, it becomes a serious problem. I hear my brother Raymond saying, oh, the government just 7 months. Remember, the government can only be 2 months. If the government is not doing the right thing, we got to tell them they're not doing the right thing. Even if we spend our $5, they net that politics to the UP-led government ain't bringing them to power. $5 of my family money, that's a lot. So if the government is not going the direction that we see them going, it's so baffling. It's scary. Trust me. And I will say something to the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Jeremiah Bankun. I'm an Ibadan. Here's from Nima, man of my tribe. If he think he want to go for presidency 2029 and he can't speak to President Bouaka or what's going on, his role of being president for 2029 is not possible. It is not possible. I'll be real with you. There are a lot of things. The whole government is not in any way in any pleasant position. It's going contrary to what the platform it came up with. It's going contrary to what it told the Liberian people they were going to do. For real. The information minister will be saying something different. The press secretary will be saying something different. It's just complete chaos. It's complete chaos. I'll be real with you. The president stood, won the bombing, and said, B. Martin must go. What happened? What happened? Look at $22 million. Why you still get it? Why do you still have the public work minister still what there? Why? Why? Is that joking thing we can't do yet? That what we will have sleepless night on this network for? Last year? No, I don't think that why it's for. I think the president got to put his heads up. If you got 900 or your official, 900 or your cabinet ministers have not declared the asset, do you know what you're talking about? So what country you come with them? You had a gap here. I appointed you, I can fire you tomorrow morning. Period. If I can do it, what? Then what's about you? I hear you rescue mother writing letter. Look at the letter they were reading today. That over King, there was no system. There was no system, but then $2 billion you get this person something away. They say no system. That is baffling. It's scary. We can't hear that they're not talking anymore. Are you for real? It is for real. The people get sick, you see, and the thing is this, right? Our Liberian people are the problem for themselves. Why I say that? Because they see people that do it again, that they see people that go back again and vote into power. I don't know when Liberian would land, for real. I mean, it's just scary, for real. But if the government continue to path its own, the same way we say Joe will not firing people, he will not suspend people. That's the same thing the president on. The president don't have press conferences to even enlighten Liberian people what is going on. It's not right. It's ugly. It's ugly for our party. The Unity Party-led government is ugly. I am a Unity partisan. It's ugly. The president got to try to, the cap that he had on here as an older person who have worked in government over for the 2 years, this is the time to bring that legacy out. For the people to know what you said before you mend it.
Thank you, Mr. Bay.
It was a good show. I've been listening to the show, but it was a good show.
Yeah, I know.
Mr.
Long
Bay,
time,
you
my
need
man.
to be coming on the show.
You just
You
lost,
need
my
to.
man. You just lost. You just
No.
lost, my man.
You need
Right
to
after-
because
right after
people
the
like
election.
y'all, people like you will make the president to turn around. And that the mistake we made sedition. When our president was going wrong, we were here pressing.
When are you? Thank God.
Man,
Thank God
I
you
myself,
confessing.
we were here pressing. So today I'm hearing you talking. You don't look the opposite say that get on. You hear it. Stand up. How many of the people, how many of us on this show that really contributed to the Unity Party? Although you are contributing, you know you come on the show. But we know stand up contributed financially, talking entire platform and almost like dedicated into the Unity Party campaign.
But
Today
Vasco,
he can say the truth.
Vasco,
That's why I respect Stanton a lot, because
But
Stanton
stand on another unit
says
partner,
the reality,
and
and
he's
that's
Yeah.
saying the truth.
But we
Whatever my
look,
brother
Fasco,
Mokba there,
Fasco, you see me praising government. I explain myself to the
brother,
Pastor. I told you.
if they still see
Eh,
the thing that happening in the government,
eh.
if the unit partner stand up, you will beat the 3C turn down.
it's not
And
good.
No, but
everything you're
Fasco,
doing,
Fasco,
everything you're
Fasco,
doing today,
Fasco.
you know who you're giving strength to?
The opposition,
To us.
yeah, the opposition. And
Fasco,
the only,
Fasco, I will
the only
agree
two
with you, but
the only
sometimes
two party,
the way you do your
that's
argument,
it.
like why we can come, always portray you. Because the thing here is, right? The thing here is, we all understand the government, the technical government, we all fought to put to power. We use our resources, our time to put to power, right? We all know they're not doing, let's say, close to 50% when it comes to the corruption aspect. Some will come here, that nothing ready, whole thing. I came here, I read it, I came here, I said it. For my opening, nothing hear me. I come and praise Joseph Baga. I say, oh, Joseph Baga did. No. I will say the truth. But yeah,
So guys, I think it's been a great show. We want to appreciate everyone for being on here tonight. Anthony,
The
I
answer,
know,
what a minute. I'm sorry.
Anthony, I know you. Anthony, I
my
know
man,
you
Anthony,
just
you
came to
will
the
come
class.
happy tomorrow, not today.
It said
Not today.
prior to
Tomorrow.
taking office. That
Anthony,
means
Tomorrow,
before.
tomorrow,
And then get no condition. I
tomorrow,
posted it
tomorrow,
there.
not today, not
So you
today,
can
tomorrow.
see it for yourself.
Tomorrow.
No,
And
but
you,
Anthony,
Boba, you talking about you can be corrected.
But
me
I
and
beg
blah,
you,
blah,
that
blah.
Anthony just lane
Ma,
within
what
few
did Anthony
seconds.
want to say?
Yeah.
The man
no,
say the thing I will say, my man,
Because
how I say,
first of
Mogoba,
all,
mention Mogoba.
no. But
look,
Anthony,
No,
Because
but
sorry,
Anthony
you
don't
was
do that.
no,
leave
let me say
people
this
on
to
the
you,
show.
Boba.
If you want to
Boba.
discuss the issue, but every day you will discuss the one old man, they probably telling you say the other one day, somebody can be fat.
so guys,
And we
I
can
want
come
to
and say,
say,
yeah,
I want to say,
my man,
I
First
want
of
to
all,
say
don't do
when you
that.
to be
thanks.
a
I want to
student of
say
criminal
thanks to
justice and talk the
everyone.
way you
It's been
talk,
a great show.
that's not cool.
Anthony,
No problem, my
Anthony,
man. Everybody can be
Anthony,
perfect, but the matter of fact, my government do what they
Because
Anthony,
really
first
does
of all, you
work.
call people criminal without probable cause, without
Anthony, we
conviction.
appreciate you.
Allegation
Anthony,
is not
Anthony, we
an
You
appreciate
indictment.
you.
You're
you
supposed
call
to know
people in
all of
the
these
United
things,
Party
but you call people
criminal.
criminal just because you want
Man, when
to.
that Nessie in the show,
Guys,
I was going to fire him.
Leader,
Yeah.
I'm
my man, don't got
sorry.
disrupt the show. The show
I
go on.
have to mute. I have to mute you. I have to mute everyone. It's been a great show. We started the show in peace. We have to end the show in peace. Anthony, you came with red t-shirt, red stand for danger. And you want to instill fear in the peaceful citizens who have been peacefully following the show, which is not going to happen. I want to appreciate you for coming in to spar tonight.
So because
And
the man interrupted me, now what you
to
do?
our
That's
audience,
fine. Now you're
to our
sure, and then
audience,
you the
Let
party
Anthony make a
no,
program.
no,
Sort of go back.
so
Oh,
Anthony,
Anthony get
Anthony,
now
program.
you the party
We were
network.
talking the
no,
Baba. We were
Anthony,
talking the
I
Baba.
agree with you. Anthony, I agree with you that if you, the president, got 900 cabinet ministers that are not declared the asset, what is going on? What is going on?
But what's in the city?
No, you're not
you
saying
know,
the
you
same
know,
thing. Y'all
You
you
see?
know,
said if you
guys,
get the president time, I got posted
And also,
the provision
no,
of the
go
code of
listen to the
conduct
show.
in the comment section.
Anthony, go listen to the
Post it
show.
on the screen and that's it. People read it. Then let's say you might get time.
Sorry, Uni.
Anthony,
Internet.
All right.
Anthony,
That's sorry
Anthony,
about
I want to say thank
internet.
you.
Now you
Anthony,
don't
in
want,
fact,
somebody to internet you.
Sorry, get
in fact, Anthony internet is not okay as well. Anthony internet is not doing well.
That's not true. That's it. Get over the fact. That's not true. Now me, my internet, I'll be okay. I'm big
Yeah,
Now,
but guys, it's been a
Anthony
great show, man. We look
internet.
for look. Tomorrow is gonna be
No, I'm
firing.
telling the internet.
Tomorrow is gonna be
Practice internet.
firing.
Nothing to
Tomorrow is
internet.
gonna be firing. Come ready tomorrow. It will be a firing show.
Okay.
I'll be at work tomorrow, my man.
I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but
Let
let's
it-
come.
I'll be
Let's
on the
come
show.
tomorrow. Thanks to everyone. We look forward to being here tomorrow. And to our audience, we appreciate all of you, man. My own dear sister Freeman,
I
always
didn't
here.
realize that I wouldn't shut to come on camera.
Mr. Kazan,
Oh, you don't realize
we
it?
appreciate you. Dr. Freeman, Dr. Ishmael, we appreciate you. Gabriel Boyman, thanks to
Mama, kwa
all.
Omani.
Oh,
You know ba? Oma, like if you're in the comment section.
That is shout out Omar. Everything
Maru.
somebody said a lot. To everything you said a lot.
Cully, and
I'm watching my
we
Shalom.
appreciate
Captain
Lynn
escape
Lacour, Ruth Goba, Ode Sayon. We appreciate all of you for being here with us. We look forward to having a great show tomorrow.
Freeman, thank you,
Thanks
my
That's
man.
my man. Long down.
Ishmael, thank
for
you.
all
Yeah, that's the
taking
thing.
the
You gotta
time.
take a break now. You gotta